Hello. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday so far. I am on the wrong scene on my stream deck. Give me 1 second here. Let me switch over here. There we go. I'm glad that they all point to the same video scene for each stream deck. What do they call them? Profiles, I guess? Yeah. My name is Joel Duggan, if you have not figured that out already. We've been streaming all afternoon. We started off in Minecraft, and now we're in Satisfactory. If you're watching this later on YouTube, welcome. We are going to be jumping into the Devastator factory and working on the motors through to the thermal propulsion rockets, which is a long shot, but we're kind of basing our motors on what we need. And I think I have to tone down the number of propulsion rockets I was planning on making. So we've got Nerd Pants McGee, Nookie, and Jake Christ all hanging around. Sandy, good to see you. Hope everything's going well with the puppies. Zero, thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. I think I saw some other folks in here too. I guess it was Zero that I was noticing. Anyway, we're just going to jump right in. We've got a lot to do, and there might be some number crunching, might be some factory designing, but we cleaned up the trains last time, and now it's time to get into some of the nuts and bolts of what's going on. So I'm going to jump over to... I guess we'll go with the autosave. Waiting for the world to load. The puppy is fine. Need a towel to dry off after all the kisses. Man, I've been seeing a lot of videos online for my my distraction feeds, my American Bully distraction feeds, and man, I would really love to have a dog. Really love to have a dog. So the spot where we're going to be putting all of this is in here, and I had very temporarily mapped out an idea of what I want to do, but I think I'm going to change this to be a little bit more compact and give us a little bit more room around the area here. So I think what will end up happening is a redesign in the blueprint designer. I also have to double check that I have the largest blueprint designer available, and then we have to go from there. And then we have to figure out where all of the cable is going to go, or the wire rather, because right now it's all being sunk into awesome sinks, and we need to resend this to other locations, so to speak. And I also need to make sure that I have enough material. So let's go back over to the hub. So our phase 4 is where we are in terms of the space elevator parts, and right now I'm looking at doing so I have to do fused modular frames and supercomputers just to unlock the thermal propulsion rocket, but I want to make sure that I can still do motors and turbo motors and all that kind of stuff. So the way that this is going to work, if we look at my drive sheet, which is here. So originally we were looking at doing 10, and we are not doing 10 anymore. We're going to do 2, I think, and that cuts everything down considerably. So turbo motors, I would only need 2. And so I thought what I would try to do is use the Satisfactory Tools website to map this out. And we'll start with like restricting the recipes. We're going to do 2, and then the inputs are going to change. Recipes. We're going to do Steel rotor. I don't need the solid steel ingot. Steel rotor. And then I need the Stator recipe. Oh, maybe the Stator recipe is just the vanilla? Base recipes. Yeah, Stator recipe is just vanilla. Okay. And that's going to go into motors. I think we're using an alt for motors. No, maybe not. Electric motor. What's the regular motor recipe? Yeah, we're just using the regular motor recipe. Okay. And then I think turbo motor. Yep, we're also using the regular turbo motor recipe. Because the other ones involve rods. And I think that's it. The assembly director, the thermal propulsion rocket. That's the regular one. The modular engines require motors as well. We'll see if that helps. Calculate end result. This can be due to many things, missing resources. I guess I don't have... I have to check everything. I think I'm doing iron pipes. Yeah, pretty sure I'm doing iron pipes. It's still not letting me do it. All right, well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I don't find that site super easy to use. I'm not sure why it's so popular. Okay, so cooling device. Do those have... I don't think they have any motors in them. Cooling system. Ah, they do. Yeah, I think the problem is the UI, Sandy. It just doesn't give you enough feedback. So we're going to be using the cooling device, which is the cooling system alt recipe. And that takes motors as well. All right, I just closed this website. And how many of these do we need? We're going to be needing 2 turbo motors. It's so crazy how slow my cursor is in Sheets when I'm streaming. So let's go with turbo motor. I need the turbo motor recipe. We're using the standard. So it's 7.5 per minute. We need 15 per minute. And then rubber is 45 per minute. So we need 90. And radio control units, 3.75 per minute times 2 is 7.5. An odd number. But we can probably store the rest. And what was the last one? Motors. This is the one we're actually looking for. 7.5. So that's 15 here. Whoops. 15 there, but that means that we've got also motors coming in here. And the cooling device. Cooling system. So we need nitrogen for that. That's going to be a long way off. 10, 12. Rubber. 2.5 per minute. And we're making 15. But it makes 5 per minute. So we need 3 times 2.5. Which is another 7.5. And then modular engines need motors. There's more cooling systems over here. And then I don't think the fused modular frame does not take motors, I'm pretty sure. No, it's aluminum and nitrogen gas. Okay. Back to 3 cooling systems. We're only making 2. That's 5 to 6. We've already established that cooling systems make 5 at a time. So then that's another 2.5. Another 3 motors. So this is actually going to be 21 per minute. 21 per minute. So 4.2. .5. I was right. So that'll be 21. So it'll be 15 and 6. And then it's just the modular engines. Now we don't have to produce these in the feed, but we need 5 per minute. They make 1 per minute, so I would need 10 motors per minute. No, hold on. I need 5 a minute. It makes 1 a minute. So I need, yeah. Yeah, so I need 10 more motors. And we'll put that up here. So it's going to be 10 motors per minute. So that means that this is going to be 25. And so 25 and 10.5 is 35.5. But because this is output of 5 per minute, we'll have to just increase we'll do so 35 motors plus change, so it's 36 motors. And so that's 5 motors per minute. So we only need 7 machines. Well, 8 machines, I guess. 8 machines. And so that means we need... Let me just grab the motors. We are doing the basic recipe. So we need 36, but we're going to be making 5 per minute. So we can always balance the number of assemblers later. But 10 rotors. So we'll do times 8 for 40. And then underclock if we need to. So then 40, if it needs 40 per minute, then we need 4 times that, right? No, 8 times that. So instead of 240, I need 80. It's a much nicer number. 80 of each. This will be an output of 40. We can mess with the numbers later. So if that's 80, then that changes all of this here. So rotors, I'm going to be outputting 80. $80 is a nice round number, is it? And so the rotors is the standard recipe, I believe. I think we're doing steel rotors. Yeah, steel rotor alternate. Yeah, steel rotor alt. So we're needing... It's also doing 5 per minute. So that's what? 10, 16. So I need 16 assemblers, not 50. That's way nicer. I need 10 steel pipe going in and 30 wire going in. And that's just 160. And whatever 160 times, so it would be 30 times 16, 480. .480 wire is way easier to manage. We might even, like, we've got 1500 right there, so we're good. So that's what we need to do. 16 and 16, because these are going to be making the exact same amount of stuff. I think stators have the same recipe. Yeah, we're not doing the quick wire. We're doing 40 and 15. That makes 5 per minute. So I've got the wrong recipe there. We're not going to be using the quick wire. So what did I say that was? That was 15 pipes and 40 wire. And we're doing not 40, but we need 80. Oops. So that's going to be the same 16. I guess for anybody that ever wonders how I plan this stuff out, now you know. 15 and 40, that was right. Yep. So then it's just 15 times 16 is 240. And then wire is going to be 15 times 40, which is 600. And then it'd be the same 16 assemblers. Okay, sweet. So we can get rid of that. And then over here, we need to figure out where we're putting 32 assemblers. And that is a lot easier to do than 100 and something. So right there, I mean, that's 11. That's 12 right there. So we could do this on this floor, I think. If I'm able to get these set up in a way that I can have walkways on both sides, that would be nice. I don't know why I've got two paths here. Might be just because I want it even. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we don't have to have it all on the one side. I want to do motors in here too. And motors I needed 8. So I'm thinking we do rotors and stators over on this side, and we do the motors on this side. We also have a lot of vertical room to play with. We've got all this space down here if we need it for belts, and then we've got all the space up here if we need it for other things. So that's cool. I was thinking about trying to do something a little bit more compact. We could just use the floors. I also like what I did in here with the assemblers. Don't know if I have access to a door in here. Doesn't look like I do. So I thought this looked cool with stuff in the floors like that. So we could do something like this with the flow of stuff. So that could be kind of fun. I should have waited and done all the spreadsheet stuff at nighttime because it's hard to see. But I feel like if we walk in here, we could have the flows from these machines going into the other machines. I think that would be good. So 16 assemblers. It's only 8, which means we don't have to start them like right up here. Also, I might want to change those to different floor holes. I would like to have at least one space for path. Maybe 2 over here. So then they would have to be kind of in a row. These essentially take up 3 spots. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not bad. So that's, and we could bump that up here a little bit.
I see you embrace the dark. Welcome to the night. Or too early for a break?
How long has the stream been going? Survey says 44 minutes. You know, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, maybe we'll do that just so I'm not farting around in the dark every time it gets dark. Not a bad idea. I can also take off the objective stuff. I don't need that up there right now. How do I do that? Nice. So folks, I normally take a break once an hour. It is a little early. But it will line us up with the nighttime cycle in the game. I know I just took a bit of a break before we started, but just give me a few minutes. You guys can watch the stream as we go around, and I'll be right back. All right. So I think I have a pretty good handle on what we need to do next. Just lay out the machines and figure out what's what. Oh, I missed a spot. Got a floating platform over there. Crap. We tidied this all up the other day. It looks so much cooler now. I feel like it flows faster too. Yeah. I wonder if that was part of our holdup, was like just too many tracks and too many blocks to calculate, maybe. Turn rides are something weirdly satisfying. Oh, I agree. I really like them in this game. I find the hypertubes are really cool too. So the only other thing to consider in here is the shape of what we're doing, and we're basing everything off Devastator. And I need to open up my own screenshot so I can take a look at some reference images. So we're technically sort of going off of his right leg, which is a bulldozer. And it's usually pretty blocky in terms of the design. Don't have a lot of images about it. But that actually could work really well if it's a lower building going into the larger buildings. Plus we could maybe put some sort of bulldozer scoop on it somewhere. And it seems to have a hinge in the middle. Okay. So that's doable. So as far as the design in here, I think it would be cool to have, I don't think we need 3, but I want at least path of 1 down the middle. We could have a little bit more maybe. We could have everything kind of come down here. I know that I'm probably going to want to move these over a little bit. Could maybe center them on the middle. So then this would be all the machines. In this space here. And then we could use this for belts. Maybe. I think that's pretty good. Oh, that's only a single wall. I should have more room. Yeah. Unless we want to see this production from in here. This should probably be a wall. That's okay. That works out. We can still do that. I think that works. That still gives us enough room in the middle, I think. We want to walk down here. How many did I say we're making? 16? It would make sense if we could do these 2 at a time. I wonder if we could do it this way. Not quite. So we could do 2 bays of 4, like that. Need another 6 of these. It said it was lined up, but it wasn't. So then their outputs could come out this way. So that could go into the middle. And that's 4 out of the 16. Do I have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can always move that wall. That's not a big deal. So I could do the same thing over again there. And then we could bump this out. Remove that. And then we could either do another floor or we could do down below. I feel like we would want to do another floor. I don't think down below gives us a heck of a lot of room. We'd also want to have some sort of logistics floor down here. And I think for that, I would want to have at least 4 meters. Probably more like 8. Just because assemblers are a pain in the butt. So we'll have our floor down there for everything. That would allow us to use 2 meter thick floor here, which would eliminate the elevator glitches and stuff. Finally caught a Joel Satisfactory stream. This seriously might be one of the coolest factory builds I've seen. Thanks very much, Dan's Bunny. That's awesome. Transfer by factory is such a great concept. Thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome in. How'd you find the stream? Did you come over from a Total Eclipse raid, maybe? Spawn chunks. Oh, cool. I'm the reason for your Satisfactory addiction. Well, there are worse things to be blamed for, I guess. There are worse things to be blamed for. So we're going to get rid of this too. I guess we could have them all on the same floor because we could just put them all over here if they all fit. I should not be doing this all with... I should be doing this all with coated concrete instead. Try to build this properly the first time rather than different ways. So I may need to bump that over. We would have another row there, and then here would be... Go with the black. So that's why we need that overhang there. I do spend a lot of time in the game as well. I mean, granted, for me, it's part of my job, so that part is easier. Out of plastic. Okay. So there's our 16. 4 there, 4 there, 4 there, and 4 there. And that would take care of the rotors. And then we could just have the motors happen on the next floor up, or however we wanted to do it. I might do more of a mezzanine thing, where this would be open to the air in the middle, and then we would have another floor above everything. I don't know where the ceiling is going to be on this first floor. I would like this to continue. So we might want to have... I think that's enough for a mezzanine. And then we can have the lights up top. Okay. We'll get some more plastic. Which I think is going to be at the train. When in doubt, blame Joel. I'll take it. You're blaming me for inspiration. I will take it. I wonder if I pulled this train far enough ahead. I hope I did. Oh yeah, we're good. We're obviously not efficient on some things. Right, so this would be, I want the floor here from this side to be able to continue right over to this side. So that means that we'd want to leave at least the 4 meters for some sort of crawl space. So the ceiling down here is going to be probably there. That's not necessarily enough space to do another layer of those things. Seems like a lot of wasted space. So we may have to go to a 3rd floor. Because like I said, I don't think we have the full room. No, we lose some space over here. I'd probably like to leave this for just potential belts and logistics and stuff. So these are all going to get merged and come out here, but then they have to merge together. Probably in the middle. And go upstairs. So that could look cool. Or we send them each up individually. That would probably look cooler. Okay. I guess once we start putting in decorations and stuff, it's really probably not that terrible. Like if we start putting in any kind of like support structure with beam or something. Any kind of like upside down stuff like this, you know? Like all of a sudden that doesn't feel like it's too far away from the top. So we should be alright, I guess. And then if we have this open, I think that could look kind of cool. Very industrial. All right, so we've got it's a 3x3. And then we've got... They're not quite centered on the seams, but they are centered on the middle block, and that's cool. Power we can sort out easy enough. The power is going to switch back and forth, so we'll power them from down below. Guess that just goes to there. Seems like a lot of space. But we'll probably have some windows and stuff. Now, what is this connected to? Is that not powered anymore? Not powered. Let's get those out of the way. I'm still not powered. I guess that doesn't connect to anything anymore? Huh. Unless that doesn't have electricity. Ah. I guess those are not hooked up anymore. Okay. Man, I can't aim to save my life today. This has got power, I'll tell you that. That's better. Not that I used a whole lot, but it's still nice. Feels like a lot of room, but I feel like I've often had not much room. We could bump it over one more. I don't know why we would want to, though. Either way, I think I'm keeping this setup on the 3x3. So let's go make the logistics in the blueprint designer, and we'll take a look and see if we can figure this out. Also, I should measure the height. I think I made this correctly. So that's the floor. Two, 3, 5. In total. Yeah, the autosave thing is becoming a bit of a glitch. I agree. So we're going to be using the big blueprint designer for this. Right, so we already have the floor. I'll need foundations. And I guess we have to start with the floor. But it's going to be centered on the middle. Oh, that's nice. This one, the center of it is actually a single foundation as opposed to the other one. Yeah, okay, cool. And I can't do 6, I have to do 3. That's all going to be, well, we'll change it to asphalt later. It was a 3x3 going out into another 3x3. Right. So then the track is along there, but we can do that after because that's going to be like a custom thing. And then the outputs for these, I guess we could put these as 2 meter. Does anybody know if the bug is still in the game with the 1 meter floor holes? I know I've asked this before. I keep on meaning to look it up. Yeah, we'll do the outputs as a custom thing. If I put them there, do they attach? No. They do that way. So which way do we like them? That way? This is why I want to do this in a blueprint for sure. It's probably going to be better for us to have them in the center. Like that. Tried looking at the patch notes, but you weren't sure. That's fair. Because we've got a lot of inefficiencies in our factory, but I mean, there's a really good chance that those inefficiencies are just straight up me, as opposed to a glitch or a bug with floor holes. But I would like to eliminate that possibility, you know? Alright, what are we making first? Both of these items require steel pipe and wire. We should probably do stators first, because they require more pipes and more wire. So, stators. That means 15 and 40, so both of these can be just regular Mark 1s. Same thing with the output. And I guess we're going to have the inputs coming this way. So that should be pretty straightforward. We should be able to run everything down the middle with one input, because this is going to go that way. So this is going to come down. Go in that direction, and then these ones can be fed this way. And it'll be on the ground. And in the air. It might be good to do it in the middle. If I can split that, then that'll work. That is not going to work. Okay. We'll just do it the other way. So that means that we'll just have a belt coming in at this level. Nope, not a smart splitter, just a regular splitter. That's all we need. It's not going to show me how it's going to line up. All the little nudging to get things to look nice. So again, these only have to be Mark 1 belts, right? Yeah. And then this can just be on the floor. So I don't have to run them down the middle. I don't imagine we'll need this side. This, I think what we're going to do is have the merger. I'm going to have to do these later. But the idea will be that there will be a belt coming down here. Heading off in this direction. And so we'll want these ones to go that way and then loop up and around. So then the power should be pretty easy to do. Of course, we've kind of given ourselves a hard, probably there. Then we can use a beam, hopefully, to hide that. It looks a little funky. You can't turn that. That's weird. Maybe I have to turn myself? No, that's really strange. That's going to be a little bit difficult. Could try a bigger... I don't know if that's going to be what we want. I do like the look of big frames around things sometimes. It could be interesting. I don't think that's going to work out though. No. I don't think I particularly like that anyway. We could do the power like outside on purpose and have it actually connected with a cool, like, rather than trying to hide the node, we could just try to get this as close as we can. I'd say probably there. And just go up to like a certain point. And then attach the power here. Now, why won't it let me snap and move that along the beam? That's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. Because I can do it anywhere else. Like here, I can snap and move it this way, but on the beam underneath it, I can't go left or right. Like, that's silly. I guess I don't mind having some sort of structure around it. I wonder if we could also put in like walls, because these have got this 45-degree angle. I'm wondering if we can do something like this. We do it at the right height. That's not the right angle. Power is always such a puzzle with this stuff. It's always such a pain. Well, we can at least color code the inputs. We're dealing with what? Wire and steel pipe. I would say the wire is going to be the top one, so we'll do I think I've got a copper color. And steel pipe. Do, I guess, the red. And then these are going to be making stators. Do I have a color that I want to use for the stators? Kind of fun to do yellow. Or orange. I think I like the orange better. Funny how I never choose pink. It's not never. The quartz is pink. We did the pink quartz. Oh, I just realized that we can pre-paint these. This is going to be awesome. Once you know what you're doing decoration-wise, you can work it into your blueprints. It's so much better. Oh, this should probably be orange, shouldn't it? That looks like it's the same orange. I don't know if there's a better way to make this look cooler, you know? Like, I feel like I'm just putting machines open on the floor. I guess we could add some more stuff in like this. Just trying to think about different ways we could add like lights or things to this. Let's change our build palette to oh, that's going to run into those. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Don't want to cover those up. That's not bad though. Like, it's pretty simple. We could also use barriers maybe. This is the fun part of doing all this stuff. That's not quite sci-fi enough, is it? What about these ones? can also put a sign in those too. Do I have a blueprint for that? I might. No. Oh, cancel. I need this, that. Thanks for being here, the Nookie. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Let's go with... I don't think I have an orange light. That's pretty good. Or we could try to come up with our own color. And the lights have gone out again. I don't know if it really matches with the other stuff that we were doing. I want to put a light here, but I think we might have to come up with a different way of doing it. The concrete here kind of throws me off. Anyway, I'm going to jump on the brake train, as one does. So folks, once again, if you're new to the channel, it's good to step away once in a while. If you've been watching for the last hour, give yourself a stretch, walk around, grab a drink, grab a friend, and we will be back in about 5 or 7 minutes. One of the biggest challenges I have with these kind of builds is trying to think about like where things are going to go down the line and where I'm going to send the rotors, because they can't just, they have to go into the next machines, and then there has to be some overflow. Because if I remember correctly, we're making more than we need. We're making more motors than we need, but we're not making more rotors and stators. But we're making those elsewhere for inventory, so I don't need it to be something that spills over into storage. Because we have the Wheeljack factory doing rotors and stators for storage. Pretty sure. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, the morning fog is pretty cool in the game. I agree. Thanks so much for being here, Sandy. You need your beauty sleep. Right on. Yes, I know Cosmic is streaming. Cosmic has some stuff to get ready, so I appreciate the heads up. Coop, the evil things are doing well. We process of setting up some Stator assemblers. So I'm still trying to figure out how to power all this. Maybe we'll do 2 of these. And hook the power to one of them. Well, that's not going to work. That might look okay. No, I would prefer that to be higher. It's funny how you have to connect it to these platforms. Needed to go just a little bit farther. So if I did two things like that, and then we could hook the power up underneath. But we'd still have to have the power come up to that thing somehow. Yeah, that doesn't work. I like the idea of having some sort of structure over this, though. Maybe we return to the idea of the larger foundations. Or not foundations, but the larger blocks. Don't know what we would do with that to make it look cool. Yeah, that doesn't look good either. The beam just looks like it's part of the machine, which is so nice. Maybe we do two. That's not terrible. We made it just a little bit higher. Three might make more sense visually. And if we nudged it all back, that still has that weird part there. Don't know whether four of them is going to make sense. I guess it only makes sense if we connect them to something else. And then it's not really going to work inside here. Although, I mean, like, this could be just powered straight down, and I don't know that you'd notice it. Yeah, you can't even see that. Okay. So it's just this one we have to figure out. And when we flip this, this will be on the other side. So we do need to probably make it symmetrical. What other thing could we put there? The only thing I can think of would be a wall. But I don't want to block off the machine. That's not terrible if we added like a pillar across the top or something. That might be okay. Again, it's very brutalist. It's not very sci-fi Transformers. So if I was to build up a wall there, these are pretty tall. I want it to be flat. I guess we could just try putting one of these in the end. That takes care of that mostly. A little bit that shows through. I did it that way. I think that's acceptable. And then we could probably do the same thing on the inside to make it symmetrical. Yeah. And then we could also just add a little light. Oh, that has to go on there first, right? Oh, that was weird. What happened there? Oh, wrong color. Actually, this could be kind of interesting. What if we did this? Nope. That's the green. What if I change the layout? And then got rid of the image? Nope. Saw a total eclipse do that, but I think we'll just go with square. Thanks for coming back from the lurk, Zero. Appreciate it. Alright, so I think I like that as far as the machines go, and that's the power taken care of. We will then need to get the power out to something that we can run. Power is probably going to come in through here. So that'll be the power in, and well, maybe not. Don't worry about that later. This is for rotors, yeah. Yeah, we're doing rotors. So there's going to be 2 sets of machines, 2 facing this way and 2 facing that way, but I should be able to just rotate them. I should be able to rotate the blueprint. I'll have to change the underside to be switched, but it shouldn't be too hard. This is just to mark how much room we had. So now I'm just trying to decorate the outside here. I don't hate that. But there's going to be a track coming down here. So I don't know. I really need this. It would be cool to frame this up somehow, though. I guess what I should look at is maybe the fact that there's going to be a belt here. I need to double check my memory and figure out what it's going to look like. I'll show you, Zero, actually. I'll show you where we're putting all this in. I also have to think about where we're sending the rotors and the stators. Not rotors, rotors. Subtle difference. Oh, can't go out that way. So you can see, like, the idea here is to have 2 machines here, 2 machines there, with the output coming down this way. And I was going to send it up, but I'm realizing that this is just going to go into... The next floor is going to be rotors, not motors. So I think maybe the thing to do would be to send everything down this way. And then maybe have the elevators go up at the end. Like that. Because that could be cool to look at from here. Right? That, or we send them back outside and send them up on the outside of the building. That could also be good. We don't have a lot of room there. But we could certainly send 2 belts up this way. Or we could use that space there. Maybe that's the thing to do. Send them upstairs. See, the idea here would be to have this all sorted. realizing we don't have as much room up here as we do down below. Oh no, we got more. Never mind. So that's where that would go. And it just, for no other reason than because we can, is why I have a giant hole here. I mean, we could lower it down, but I wanted to have... We still have to have the logistics floor. I guess that's the other thing, is that if the logistics floor in here needs to be 2 meters tall, then really our ceiling down here is going to be at this level. So it's really not going to look as flighty as this. It's going to look more like that. So that's not too bad. That doesn't feel like a giant waste of space. Because then in here, we're going to be able to have the logistics for the top floor. But these won't be going into this level, I don't think. Unless I stack them. We need 16, so 8. This could just join up with the other thing, so we could put a floor hole or a wall here. I mean, that's not bad. So then the rotors would be shot out this way, or stators, and then join up with the other one, and it would come out this way again. And then from here it would go up to motors, I guess? So it's stators here, rotors there. And then motors could be on the top floor, or we could move the motors out this way. Motors could be just about anywhere. We've got lots of room. There's a logistic floor down here. And then another one here. I mean, I could send... I mean, I'm already sending the rotors down. I'm just doing this because it looks cool, because we did it up here. I just like the look of this. Right? So all of these are being sent down below, and then they're just being sent up and then looped back just because it looks nice. Like underneath here, I don't really have a way down, but I don't want to destroy things, but there is a... Yeah, here we go. So they're all just being looped around. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's just me trying to make things look nice. But I don't want to put all the blueprints in only to figure out, like, crap, I don't know where to put everything. And this is going to have some sort of wall. And then probably a window at this level. Which I wouldn't mind centering over that, so... probably at this spot. It's that kind of idea. And so then this isn't really going to be, well, it will be centered, I guess, eventually. Now, do I have enough room? I've only got 3 foundations there. Probably do. Just. I just don't know if this is just a giant waste of time for the space. It's going to make sure that it's lit nicely. That's for sure. I just feel like I could put a whole bunch more machines in here, but I guess I could nudge this up farther, right? We could put these machines starting here. Things would not feel so far away. I wouldn't have to move this back wall, which would be nice. So maybe we'll nudge things up here as far as the machines go. And then this would just be like a ramp down. Kind of an interesting setup. All right, I think that works. Out and in, and then out again. And then we just have to figure out where the motors are going to go. And I need only 8 assemblers doing motors. Yeah, we're gonna have lots of space. It just feels so strange going with, like, rather than compact, efficient builds, like just building these giant spaced out things. Part of it is because the room was kind of predetermined. All right, so if that's going to have a lowered belt coming along through here, and that's going to go into a lift kind of like in this position. It would be cool to kind of make that look official. But I don't think we want to block that off. There's not that many of them. This is the kind of thing I can probably fix later. I'm only going to have to do it twice. I guess it's just now a matter of making sure these feel like they're part of the machine. I guess we could use walls here. Hmm. Alright, well let's save this so I know I've got it. I don't think I need anything else. So I've got the power, it's got the feeds. The outputs are going to be its own thing. And they're going to be rotors. I'm not sure what color we're making rotors, but let's just do that for now. I don't even remember what I used that for. And the outputs are Arc 1s. Take it easy, Zero. Appreciate you being here. Have a good one. I think that's everything. So this is going to be, we'll call it Stator left and then Stator right. Let me just see my other blueprints to see what I've called them. Wire double out, wire 4. 5 up. Okay. Let's go with and they are this is the left. we'll say, what's it got underneath it? Logistics for, we'll call it left input. And we'll choose an icon. Color. Set directory, production, smelting assemblers. We'll do it here. And I'll just save the blueprint. Okay, so the only thing that needs to change is the input direction. So we would just have to remove this and remove that. And then this, I don't remember how I did that. That's not how I did it. That should be what we need. We'll keep that as orange for the wires, and we'll change these to red for the steel pipes. And everything else should be good. So then all we need to do over here is change this to right. Set directory. These are probably not going to go here because they never do. Change this to right input and save the blueprint. So now I should have 2. Oh my gosh, they're in the right spot. All right, let's go test them out. Nice that we're working closer to this end of the factory now, too. Okay, so what I should be able to do now is get rid of all this. There is 3 by 3 and that. Nope. And now I need to add these things underneath here. Still such a cool sound even after several years playing this game. The zoop sound is excellent. Okay, that goes there. So now, when I grab the blueprint, we should be able to grab the left one first. And it should allow us to snap this like that. That looks good to me. Coming in from that side. And then we should be able to grab the other blueprint and just have that snap to there. Oh. Nope. Flip it around. That's the outputs going this way. So we should still have inputs coming in on this side, outputs coming into the center. And that's 4 of the machines done. And then what's happening in here will be merging these, which is going to be a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. We might actually be able to do this with the lifts in place. So let's just grab merger, send it that way. Right, so I don't need to build these because I'm going to have to build them again. So this is the nice thing about testing out the blueprints. So I can remove these from the blueprint because we're going to have to hook it up anyway. This is, how many is this producing? Each machine is making 5. That's a total of 20. So we're fine with a Mark 1. And then that is going to come out, I don't know, somewhere over here. Got lots of room. I guess for now we'll just line it up. Now I could do it in the floor, or I could just have it be something that's running along. Again, Mark 1 belt should be fine. The idea was to send it up to this floor here. But that goes too far outside. So I think what I would rather do is have a floor hole there, although that's going to be a 1 meter wide floor hole. And that's going to be a problem in there. Unless... could get away with half foundations. And then I delete I'm gonna go up anyway. So what's going to happen up here is the same thing, right? So I can actually do a test. Oh, wait a minute. There's the 2 floors. So I can do another one of these blueprints here, because this is just going to be more of the same. Right, so the inputs are in a different spot. This is the output, and this is what I want it to join. So that's right. That's what we want. That was just in the middle. So then that comes down to here. But what we want is this to join this one. And if I wanted this to be a little thicker, the thing to do, I guess, would be to drop the ceiling. And then we could have this come straight down. That actually lines up nicely with everything here. So that would be our production. And I guess I could... oh, maybe not. Probably not a way to do this if I wanted to... Yeah, only if it was coming out of the floor could I do that. So that's the other thing. We could have things just come up through the floor. So instead of having this here, we could just have it go straight up. You know, maybe we don't want it to go all the way along here. I mean, this is going to be a Mark 1. But we could spice this up a little bit. You know, I kind of like that. And that's less work. I think we're going to have to customize the outputs. So we can take those out of the blueprints. Could even have like a frame around it, maybe. I like the orange. Or maybe yellow. Don't know about the frame, but we'll see. It's the kind of thing I might want to have items moving along the belt before I really see what it looks like. That means that that would be empty. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why we have to clutter everything. That does mean it's a really wide area, though. I feel like I could probably narrow this down and move everything in. But anyway, I will tackle that the next time. I've got to run because it is the end of my stream day. But thank you ever so much for everyone being here and hanging out for the afternoon. Hope you had a good time. Sunday's my day off, so I won't be back tomorrow. Next thing I'll be doing live is going to be the Spawn Chunks recording on Monday morning. That won't be here on Twitch, but it'll be in our Discord. So if you want to check that out, go to patreon.com/thespawnchunks. You can support the podcast. We talk about Minecraft every week. We'll be talking probably about the new Minecraft movie trailer, as well as the new snapshot for Java Edition. I will probably be rotating more Minecraft in this month because I really want to finish up the Westill. So I'll be working on that quite a bit. I'm also anticipating that the new release will come out for Minecraft in March at some point. So that the plan is for March. Thank you ever so much for a wonderful week. I had a great time hanging out with everybody. And thank you to Sandy and to Cosmic Dancer. They are gone to bed. Actually, I think Cosmic will be streaming right now. For the moderation this week, I really appreciate all of the help, of course. I'm Joel Duggan on Twitch, on Twitter, on Instagram, on basically everywhere you can find me. Pretty straightforward. We're going to send you along to somebody else playing either Satisfactory or Minecraft. I'm going to go Satisfactory. DC1 is live. We rated them the other day, and they are a fantastic streamer, but I do have to run. So thanks ever so much for the wonderful afternoon, folks. Bye for now. See you next time.